The decades-long opioid epidemic in the U.S. was once dominated by drugs like heroin and oxy. But with the rise of fentanyl, perhaps the most dangerous phase is now upon us. In the first 2 years of the pandemic, more people were killed by fentanyl than ever before. The COVID pandemic helped pave the way for fentanyl's ascent, as isolation and boredom drove people to substance abuse. There have been more than 165,000 opioid deaths since the start of COVID. Most of those deaths involved synthetic opioids like fentanyl. Fentanyl was first developed as a stronger kind of painkiller. It's cheap, and the street version is abundant. It's more than 100 times more powerful than morphine, and 50 times more powerful than heroin. Just 2 milligrams of fentanyl, around the size of a few grains of salt, can cause a fatal overdose. Fentanyl is now infiltrating other kinds of drugs, including heroin and cocaine, as well as counterfeit prescription pills. That means people with an opioid addiction are at risk, and so are users of cocaine, black market Adderall,
and I would say the clients that we have.
Quebec City health authorities detected an opioid 25 times stronger than fentanyl, disguised as prescription drugs. An Ontario mayor is calling for help after a spate of overdoses.
The magnitude.
Left them in the home sleeping to go pick up their child. When she returned to the home, she found them sleeping on the couch where she left him. According to his baby mother, she then attempted to wake him up, but he was unresponsive and had no pulse. When she tried to turn him over, he began foaming from the mouth. This is when she called 911, with the 911 operator guiding her through steps to help Quan breathe, instructing her to lay the rapper flat on his back. Paramedics would arrive shortly after in hopes of saving him, but it was too late. The 33-year-old was pronounced gone at the scene. Just like that, the beloved rapper passed away one day to the next with little to no explanation.
What up, y'all? How's all doing out there? Get my light going. Hope all is well. And if not, hope we get back on track sooner than later. So you get out there thing, you know what I mean? I know. You know, I'm about to talk about the opioid epidemic. You know, on the back of the hip-hop side news. Another one gone too soon, you know what I'm saying? Early out. But at least he ain't go out crazy, right? He ain't go out in a blaze of gunshots. Well, they said it was somebody might have gave him a bad pill. The opioid epidemic been going on for a long time. You know? I first got wind of it back in 2000. Matter of fact, back in 1999, because I went to Job Corps. And I remember, right? We smoking our weed, we in our ciphers. But I remember them kids from Vermont, they got caught up and got kicked out of Job Corps. And they got caught up, right, with them pills. They ran up in a medical facility on the weekend when everybody's all gone and stuff. So they went up in a health place and they got some pills. And I'm like, pills? What is that? So that's my first hearing about pills. And throughout the years, it's getting prevalent and more prevalent because even, 15 years ago? Shit. The Molly stuff popped up. You know what I mean? Perk got big.
Quebec City health authorities detected an opioid 25 times stronger than fentanyl, disguised as prescription drugs. An Ontario mayor is calling for help after a spate of overdoses.
The magnitude of these issues.
Cause I remember when I had my surgery, so I got introduced to the perk, and those relaxing. But I had a surgery and it was very painful at the same time. So the perk would cover the pain, right? Fast forward 15 years later, you hear Future talking about popping perks. But that's for pain. That's the max excruciating pain that you go through. That's crazy. Wow. They're puffing on gas tank. They're puffing on that gas right now, son. I'm talking about the air that's putting those balloons, B. What is going on? But the opioid epidemic is really an epidemic, but is it an epidemic? Just like the war on drugs. If there's a war on drugs, how come they keep coming out with new drugs and new pills? You know what I mean? I understand, right? You want to alleviate the pain and the pressure that we are all facing in this reality, in this life that we are living, and everyone is in their situation, and we all have to handle it. So I understand you want to alter your mind, alter your feelings at times, but they got weed for that, and they got many different types of weed to put you in a different vibration. I don't recommend alcohol, but you can get abusive with that too. But if you control your liquor, you sip and relax yourself. You know what I mean? Because remember, I know those pills is dangerous if you take too much. You mix the wrong pills. You take the pill and alcohol. You're out of here. If what they say is true, you know, rest in peace. Rich Homie Quan, if they don't know. But his girl, what not found him unresponsive, laying there on the couch. So at least he went out peaceful, but man, that's crazy, yo. You know what I'm saying? But I know people don't care. It's just another thing happen and keep it moving, right? But you gotta sit back and look at things for a second, man. Good dude. We didn't know him, but I know he put out good music and he's in the hip hop community, you know what I mean? That's another brother. You know what I mean? Going way too soon, 34. That's crazy, y'all. If y'all into that stuff, just be careful, man. You know what I mean? You can't tell no one what to do, but you can give them information. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, right? But to hear about it all throughout the years, you know? So it makes you wonder. When the news say there's an epidemic, is it an epidemic? Or they just let you know what's going on? What's the new drug that's in town?